Hi everyone and welcome to the second devlog for Sundermead. For this version I primarily focused on the new enemy system, but was able to get plenty more tasks done too. One of the first things I did was to update the mines. Now there's a 15% chance that a wall won't spawn, causing little rooms to appear. This makes the mines much more interesting to explore. Once I was done with that, I added the weapon system. The two weapons I decided to add were the seax and the long seax. A seax is a single-bladed short sword, similar to a machete or a kukri. It's also the weapon that the Saxons get their name from. If you look at places like Sussex and Essex in England, you'll find that in Old English they were called Sulseaxa and Esseaxa, meaning South and East Saxons. Next, I added the enemy system. For now I've made a very simple AI that just detects if a player is within 5 meters of the AI, and then will run at them and attack them. Naturally, I did this perfectly my first try. Once I'd fixed the enemy's lack of bones, I gave them a seax so that I could test them properly. The combat system for Sundermead is inspired by one of my favourite games, Mordhau. I say favourite, but my relationship with it is complicated. Anyway, the idea is that each weapon has a hitbox, and so when a weapon swings, what it hits will be based upon physics. There's no raycasting here. I've also added freeform combat, allowing players to do drags and excels. These are just ways to affect the timing of your attack. It probably won't come in very helpful for a PvE game, but it's there anyway. So here you can see the seax and its hitbox. The hitbox extends just beyond the blade just to make it feel a little bit nicer. And here you have the long seax. You can see it's much longer, but this length adds weight though, and so it will swing more slowly and needs to be held with 2 hands. So here's how the hitboxes work. They're just a trigger, and when something enters that trigger I send a message up to the owning weapon. I send what object it hit and how hard it hit it. And here's where that message is received. You can see that slightly different code will run depending on whether the weapon is being held by an NPC or a player. After creating the test AI, I decided to add a proper enemy into the game. So here's the Goblin, and you can see he's a bit shorter than the player. The Goblin wields a wooden club that swings very fast but doesn't do much damage. The goblins will swing in bursts of 5 and then stop for a bit as they regain their energy. The point of the goblins is that they will swarm you, so on their own they're not too dangerous, but together they will take you down. Because of this they only take 2 hits from a seax to take down though. For now the AI is very simple, but I intend to update it to use proper behaviour trees for the next version. Since Sundermead is an online co-op game, the way the player is viewed in the third person is very important. Previously the player would just contort at the waist, but now the head will move first, followed by the body, and to show vertical movement the head and arms will move but the body will stay still. Since I was already making changes to the third person, I finally added the player preview to the inventory. Now you can see what your player looks like and what he's wearing. I also made some changes to the first person view. Now items have an independent field of view from the main field of view. This gives me much better artistic control. I've also updated the first person animations. Now there's a much better looking animation, walking animation and running animation. For walking and running there's now also directional movement. Since I was on a bit of a roll with the visual changes, I also decided to update the trees. Now in autumn they'll turn a nice shade of yellow. And of course I added 3 new crops, the beetroot, the cauliflower and the gooseberry. And that's it. If you liked this video then please leave a like, it really helps. And if you're interested in the project, please subscribe and also go over to the Sundermead YouTube channel and subscribe there too. I've also got a website and a Discord server with the links below. I'll just leave you with this bonus clip of me testing the weapon force against a cube. Thank you all very much for watching and have a good one.